at times it can feel like everything around you is almost designed to make you ashamed of yourself. Let's just take religion and work life for an example. If you're Catholic or Christian, if you believe in Jesus Christ and you pray to him, if you go on social media, it can seem like everything that Catholicism and Christianity stands for, stands against, makes you feel like you're insane. It makes you feel like you're doing something wrong. If you are Hindu or Buddhist, right, if you pray to multiple gods, every other religion that prays to one god shits on you, makes you feel like you're doing something wrong. This is the pagan way or whatever, right? With the Israel and Palestine issue now, if you're Jewish, you feel like you were born into something extremely wrong. Like it's your fault for being born into a Jewish family. I'm not going to get into what's wrong or right. You guys can decide for yourself. My point is, no matter what religion you are, even being Muslim, like people will make fun of you for not eating bacon. Like I've seen it firsthand at school when I was a kid, right? Like it seems like there's no correct path, right? With that specific aspect. Now, if you take work life for an example, so let's say, especially in the last couple of years, 3 or 4 years, I feel like social media especially, I think it makes, because everybody's on there now, so it makes you feel like working a 9 to 5 is literally slavery. Like, I don't know where that came from. Now, it's a different thing when you are stuck in a job that you hate doing, and that's I don't condone that, right? That is an obvious, like, okay, you should get out and try to do something else. If you have dreams and aspirations of starting a business and you're kind of just funding your dreams right now with social media, it can feel like these social media gurus are like, that's their catch point, right? That's they throw that thought into you and make you feel like you're inferior, and it's very easy to latch on because it's a negative, high spiking emotion thought. Now, if you'll notice that these things are just man-made perceptions. They change with time. A couple of decades ago, having a regular job was the greatest thing in the world because you could afford everything. Now the cost of living is so high that even if you have a high-paying job, there's no certain future. There's no guarantee, right? So it's easy to change the narrative around these concepts. Now let's get back to the topic. So being ashamed, how do you actually solve this issue? I think the first step is recognizing that no matter what path you choose to walk on, there will always be people trying to make you feel ashamed. Not even just people, just thoughts, social media posts, like a billboard that you run into, a headline, anything that you run into will try its best to make you feel ashamed. Even if you're an entrepreneur in the beginning stages, when you're broke, you're trying to make your dreams come reality, and you don't have money, it's like, you should have just done that, you should have just done this, right? You should have just blah blah blah. So there is no correct path where you will avoid this. Now, but if you become hyper aware that every situation that you are in and you put yourself into, there will be this concept attached to it, it's kind of your job to get yourself out of it. It becomes very easy. Now, once you grasp that concept that there's no perfect path, no matter where you go, you'll face this thought. The second step is you'll come across this concept, if you just look at it from the outside perspective and just notice things for what it is negative thoughts and negative emotions, especially when they hit home and it's personal, spike something in you. Like negative thoughts and emotions, when somebody tells you, is very, like, you feel very strongly. You start, your fucking blood pressure starts going up. It's like, oh my god, why would he say something like that? Why would they say something like that about a serious topic? Like, let's say somebody's making fun of your religion, right? It can get aggravating very easily because it's a high spiking emotion. So it's easy to latch on. Whatever people say that makes you feel strongly in any realm, like even if it's a happy thought, even if it's like a motivational thing, and a negative thoughts are just easy to grab and spew at other people, so people latch onto it very quickly. It takes a little bit of work and some gratitude to come up with happy thoughts that make you feel the same way. It's high effort. Negative thoughts are low effort. So noticing that alone can change your whole trajectory. Because the next time somebody says something negative to you, you'll think of what I just said. just notice how you feel, then ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? And that is the conclusion that you'll come to, is it's a high spiking emotion and you constantly think about it because it made you feel some type of way in a moment. If you look back at your life, and you can probably call out every major negative thing that happened to you before you can call out every single happy thought that happened to you, right? That's just my experience, but noticing those two things will just get this concept of being ashamed completely out of your mentality, because then you know that no matter what you choose, people will always try to do something. As long as you know where you're going, and in your mind it makes sense to walk the path that you're walking on, nothing else matters. And that's easy to say, and I've heard people say that, but it's like, okay, you've gotten to that point, but how? I think people have gotten to that point of not caring about other people's opinion by noticing what I just said, by understanding that this is one of the things that you have to kind of grasp to not care, to not get to that point, right? Because once you do it, life becomes easy. It's like, okay, I know why he's saying what he's saying. He just whatever, right? It's like, but understanding that no matter what path you walk on, you'll feel this way, and negative emotions, thoughts, comments, headlines, whatever you have, social media posts will spike your feeling, spike something in you for you to feel very strongly about that. So if you just notice those two things, it'll help out a lot. Yeah, I don't want to drag this too long, so hope this video helped.